As a community bank, you're just always ready. And so whether those are really small disasters that really only you see in your community that don't make the national news, you're running to the aid of your community there. And it's certainly at a broader scale. And we're so grateful to be part of a greater community banking network that when they're even in this situation with the hurricanes, we're able to rally around our community bankers that are directly impacted to help them and their customers. So having those networks and of communities both internally in this little small community kind of sector as well as kind of broadly in the nation has really allowed a community bank to be much more impactful than just the bank itself.
What's a typical consumer or customer for your bank?
Oh, wow. There's just no typical. So it could be, I just had a conversation this weekend with an elderly woman who was wanting to buy a trailer. And so we were talking about options for her to be able to have an independent living where she wanted to be. So it could be at that level. Or it could be that they're buying their second home on a really nice lake or a new car, or that they're trying to finance their kids' education. So it really runs the gamut. So, but it's typically someone I know. I mean, usually I'm working with them face to face, but it could be just a connection. Actually, last time I was in New York City, there was a small business customer I was connected with that was trying to sustain their small business. So it just happens all through connections and relationships.
How much are you seeing both between individuals and businesses looking for any kind of loans right now? I imagine that they're still probably pretty spooked by the interest rates that are out there, maybe thinking, oh, rates are coming down, can hold out a little bit longer. Is that kind of the narrative right now?
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of them are like, if their truck stops working, they need the truck now. They can't wait. And so they're trying to figure out, how do I work away around this interest rate environment to ensure that I can still be profitable? So they're not really playing like the markets like you may do at a larger scale. They really are having to buy something when they need it. But they are considering it as I think about growing or expanding locations or scaling their businesses. But many have adjusted to this rate environment, and there's still a lot of demand out there. And there's a lot of other cash sources beyond loans still, with private equity investors and other government type of programs still available for small business to scale without having to necessarily get loans. So the rate environment then becomes a little bit less consequential.
Is there a lot going on in the housing market right there?
Wow, the housing market, I think, is just tough everywhere. Supply is just so limited, and you have those low rates that people have in their mortgages, keeping them from moving. And then the cost of constructions, we didn't have transformers available forever, so they've been able to bring online developments. You didn't have a lot of availability to be able to build. And so there's still some supply hiccups, especially when you think about municipalities and a lot of the infrastructure that's occurring that's taken away some of the pavers and earth movers that would normally be used to be able to provide greater development opportunities for 1 to 4 family homes.
Was during the pandemic, was Oklahoma City a city that maybe gained population or lost population? Because New York City here, everybody left, and all went down to Florida and so on.
Yeah, everybody's becoming an Oklahoman. So it's like a reverse Grapes of Wrath,
Right.
where you have so many Californians coming in. And so that is putting prices, some price pressure on 1 to 4 family homes. But yeah, we are a net gain when it came to migration, both during COVID and afterwards.